The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? Welcome to the show. My name is... it's a difference. Thanks for being here. Okay. Here's the deal. Just adjust something here. Okay, cool. Here's the deal. I'm going to talk about something today that is kind of interesting, but kind of not. This should be exciting, right? Are you familiar? This is a what if circumstance. Just shut up. Listen to me. You know Bill Belichick? Raise your hand if you know who. Oh, the hand went out of frame. Raise your hand if you know who Bill Belichick is. He was the head coach of the New England Patriots for, 70,000 years. Very successful. Brought in Tom Brady. Well, he didn't bring him in, but, they worked together. And Belichick, most amazing numbers and career in football. I don't even follow football, really, to be honest with you, but I know who Bill Belichick is. And I used to watch his little post-interview things where he would stand up before the press and look just as grumpy and horrible and just, it was awful. Grumpy old, never smiled, talked like, I don't really know. I don't know. I really don't know. He was, I don't know, don't bother me, don't ask me questions. I don't really. Just a booming, wonderful, sweet, lovely personality in the most sarcastic way I can possibly mention those adjectives. I didn't care for the guy, but a very successful man within the franchise. Well, I don't know if he was fired from the Patriots because Brady left, and apparently without Brady, it doesn't matter who you are, you suck. So I don't know. Then, the seasons turned into the most embarrassing instead of the most amazing. So they let him go. It was mutual. I have no idea. I really don't care. But that's Bill Belichick. I hear nothing about him. I understand that he is hired as a coach of some college football team. Definitely a step. Well, it's down. I mean, as far you can't go up from what he had. But here's a story that really blew my perspective mind. Bill Belichick, you know how old he is? Raise your hand if you know how old. Yeah, you in the back? No. How old is Bill Belichick? I mean, yeah, you. No, you're close, but no. Bill Belichick is 73 years old. That's not really very old, especially in my world. That it's not so bad. But it's on the cusp of being a flailing generation as far as activity is concerned. He is dating his girlfriend, his girlfriend, I think that's the way you say it, his girlfriend, and they're possibly even engaged. I'm not sure about that. Doesn't really matter. But that's how close they are. Her name is Jordan Hudson. Oh, really? Jordan Hudson. Okay. Is she a nice lady? I wouldn't phrase it in the terms of lady. Jordan Hudson is 24 years old. What? You mean to tell me, Ron, Bill Belichick is 73 and his girlfriend is 24 years old? That's what I mean. And that's the way it is. Jordan Hudson is a very attractive young lady. I mean, very attractive. I mean, when we're talking arm candy, she's the whole bag of sweets. So, Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson are seen together now in public, and everybody who sees them says, Bill, is that your daughter or your granddaughter? No, that's my girlfriend. Oh. I don't know if you've done the math, but there's a 49-year difference between their ages. I said, 49 years. half of a century difference in their ages. Now you may say, and I can't hear you if you are, you may say, Ron, that being my name, okay, well, that's cute. Here's the deal. So I got into a conversation with some acquaintances, and we were talking about this, and they all thought this was absolutely absurdly disgusting. And it kind of is. But I did say, you know what? Who the hell cares? And as a matter of fact, good for Bill. Now, I think he looks moronically, inanely stupid trouncing around with a 24-year-old girl. I think that looks absolutely insanely wrong. However, Bill Belichick is 73. Now, that's not really that old. He's not really that pretty. He's kind of a short, grumpy, non-smiling, I don't want to have fun kind of guy. So, I whatever. But Bill, good for you. Good for you, Bill. You look like a schmuck doing this, but good for you. When a guy gets older, their fantasies of sexuality do not wane. And that's Bill's thing. So he's a regular guy. And, he hung around football people, and they're like really regular guys, So Bill latches on to a 24-year-old wonderful-looking woman, and they're probably having some really good physical stuff going on. Good for you, Bill, at your age of 73. As much as a jerk you look like doing that in your world, good for you. And in my world, I don't care. I just don't care. I understand you, Bill. I get it. But, if a 24-year-old comes up to a 73-year-old and there's sexuality involved, what's the 73-year-old supposed to do? No, I'm sorry. I'm not interested. Of course you don't say that. So as far as Bill's concerned, Bill Belichick, okay, sure, I get it. As far as this 24-year-old young girl, Jordan Hudson, is concerned, I don't understand where you're coming from, Jordan. Do you find this incredible magnitude of sexuality toward the 73-year-old grumpy leprechaun here? Are you trying to latch on to power? Are you going to try to marry him and get involved in the riches of which he possesses in the kingdom? Jordan's got to have some kind of thing going on. Could it be a daddy complex? No, it'd be more like a grandfather complex. It's too far off. And I don't understand this relationship. Not that it matters, I guess, but what would Bill Belichick at 73 and Jordan Hudson at 24, what could they possibly talk about? Jordan, do you want to go see a tribute to the Beatles? I don't understand what that means. The Beatles were a rock group from the 60s. 1660, 1760? What century? No, this past, the 1960s. They were a rock group. They were the Beatles. I don't know. I don't know what they could have in common. There's nothing. There's nothing. Other than Bill eats with a fork, I think. And Jordan probably eats with a fork as well. Oh my God, we have so much in common. We both eat with a fork. Oh my God, you're my soulmate. You are my soulmate now. Bill Belichick did an interview with CBS. He went to, it was a taped interview. Bill Belichick goes, he brings his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, and Bill starts the interview talking about his legacy and how he shaped the Patriots. You didn't bring on Tom Brady. The other guy did, the owner there, the Bob Kraft. You didn't. And Brady had his own talent. You may have, contributed to it, but you can't take credit for all of that. Well, he was a great coach. I mean, maybe that helps a little bit too. I really don't know, but he started talking about that. And apparently, Jordan Hudson kind of got involved in the interview and tried to kind of commandeer it. And they stopped taping. Jordan Hudson, the girlfriend, she walks off the set, and they had to start again. CBS is wondering after the interview is over, can we even edit this thing so that it looks halfway decent? How can we turn this into something that's watchable? That's how bad that went. Because Jordan Hudson got involved, his girlfriend. Now, if this sounds rather ridiculous and stupid to you, it does to me as well. But it shows a pattern which is actually socially kind of interesting. In a great way. The owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, I believe his name is. I don't think there's any connection to Kraft Foods. I don't know. Or any connection to Kraft paper, which is this brown paper that comes in a roll. I don't quite understand the Kraft connection, if there is one. But if you remember, some years back, not too long ago, maybe 5 years, something like that, Robert Kraft, the owner of the, I think I got his name right. I really don't even know because I don't follow football. Apparently, he goes to a massage parlor, and if you own the New England Patriots, you can go to a massage parlor. It's okay. He's divorced. He's not married, so he's not cheating on anybody or anything like that. He's just getting a massage. He goes to this massage parlor, and when the massage is technically over, the massage person gives Mr. Kraft what they call in the business a happy ending. In other words, the massage therapist reads a fairy tale to Robert Kraft, and at the end, they lived happily ever after. It's not that kind of happy ending. Now, Robert, he is even older than Bill Belichick. He's quite a bit older. And it's fine. I mean, if he wants to, it's illegal, but in most states. But what the hell, man? He's not married. He's old. He wants to exercise his Johnson, and okay, sure. Why? I don't care. How does it affect me? This is in the privacy of a massage parlor room. What the hell do I care? Why does that involve me? It says a lot about his character, but what do I care about his character? I mean, it might have a reflection on the team, but in a private world, yeah, fine, good for you, Crafty. Good for you. Good for you. Had he not had all that money and power, would that have been offered to him? Maybe, maybe not. No, whatever. But Bill Belichick walking around with Jordan Hudson in public, 73 and 24 years old, I mean, that's a whole different ballgame. But on the other hand, how does this affect me? It doesn't. I don't care. I don't care. Good for you. Good for the both of you. Bill, if you want to look like a, what's the word, douchebag? A senseless child who cannot control themselves and their tongue is hanging out way past their shoes. I mean, fine, Bill. Enjoy. But Bill, let me tell you, 73 years old, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But if you're approached and she wants you to, fine, good. It's Jordan Hudson I don't quite understand. That's the weird part there. Why is that 24-year-old so interested in this 73-year-old guy? Is it the power, the money? That in itself is, But in the long run, what do I care? They're not coming over to my house for dinner. I don't have to deal with them. Whatever. Here's another example of an age difference that makes no sense. Yet, I actually knew this guy, and I don't contact him anymore, but just because, Woody Allen. You're familiar with Woody Allen, right? I mean, maybe Jordan Hudson isn't, but you're familiar with Woody Allen. Well, I was living in New York City at the time, and I had a very prestigious job in New York City at the time as a movie theater manager. And the movie theater that I managed opened up these world premiere movies. And the directors and the cast would actually show up for the big screening. And I was in charge of this thing. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. And I got to meet Woody Allen on 2 occasions because two of his films opened up in the theaters that I was running at that time. It was a chain of theaters. It was Rugoff Cinema 5. If you lived in New York City, you might be familiar with that chain. So that's what we did. I met Woody Allen, a very shy, nice guy, but very timid, very shy. Even in public, he was just not like everybody else. But I could see he was a genius. I had all the respect I could for him. His comedic timing and stuff. We opened up two of his films at our theaters over a short period of time. It was one of his first films called Bananas. I think it was the second film he did. We premiered that, and we premiered Everything You Want to Know About Sex, but We're Afraid to Ask is what's rest. And both comedies, both uproariously funny. And I had met him, and we had shared short conversation during that period of time. So I know him in the sense that I know what he's like. I know his personality. In any event, and he went on to do films that were far greater than just comedies, award winners, as a matter of fact, Oscar winners. Anyway, Woody Allen did something that was very, very odd to the public, and even odd to me at the time. Woody Allen was married to Mia Farrow. And I don't know if they were separated, divorced, or still married. I don't recall because it was a long time ago. But Woody Allen actually started dating Soon-Yi Previn. And Soon-Yi Previn was Mia Farrow's daughter. With Mr. Previn, another guy. So that was weird. That was weird. You don't date your wife or ex-wife's daughter. You kind of don't do that. I think it's in the Bible. I'm not sure. Probably is. I don't know. The 11th commandment. But he did that. Woody Allen at the time of that occurrence was 62 years old. That was back in 1997. He was 62 years old at that time. And Soon-Yi was 27. Their age difference was 35 years. And at that, 35 years, well, oh my God, you're dating somebody 35 years younger who is the daughter of your wife, ex-wife. And by the way, just to remind you, Belichick and Hudson that I was talking about, 49-year difference. Woody Allen and Soon-Yi Previn, 35-year difference. So, a little more palatable, but the circumstances were worse. They got married in 1997, Woody Allen and Soon-Yi. 35-year difference between their ages. Now, Woody Allen is 89 years old, almost 90. Soon-Yi is 54. They've been married for 28 years. So that marriage that they thought was the most disgusting thing in the world lasted longer than most marriages everywhere. That's a lengthy marriage. 28 years, that's lengthy stuff. Especially if you get, that's not bad. So here's the thing. I'm married for 28 years. Yeah. Okay. No, it's 28. Wait a minute. When is 28 years? When was it 28 years? This is 2000. What is this? Is this 2025? Okay, so 25 years here. They got married in 97. 25. Yeah, 28 years. Okay. Sorry, fuzzy math. They're still married. And having met Woody and knowing him a little bit more than you do, Woody was not marrying Soon-Yi for the sexual experience. It may have been there, but that was not him. He married her because he really felt that she was his soulmate, be as many years between them. Not only the soulmate, but Woody needed to be taken care of. He was a nervous, high-strung, always got to be in therapy kind of guy. His brain worked faster than anything in the world. And he needed somebody to watch out for him, to mother him, may I say, to mother him. And she took on that role and wanted to take on that role. And that successfully works 28 years now. So don't down Allen about this, Woody Allen. And that's pretty much it. I'll tell you another story about age differences that is interesting. I talked about this about 15 years ago on one of my shows, and it was we got a lot of responses. And here's what happened. I said, it's interesting how women look at men and their relationships even casually. Here's the example. Let's say you're at South Shore Plaza. I think that's a mall. Is it a mall? You're walking through the mall. It's an indoor mall. You're walking through the mall, and you're, let's say, 30 years old. Okay, you're 30 years old. You're a guy. You're 30 years old. You're walking through the mall, and you see this beautiful, beautiful young lady who's, let's say about 20, 10 years your difference, let's say. And you're passing her, and you stop her as you're passing her, this complete strange, beautiful looking lady, girl, and you say, I got to tell you, you're beautiful. And I don't know if you're interested, but if you want to go out for a drink, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I just had to say this to you. If you'd like to go out for a drink and just get to know each other and see what happens, I mean, would you be up for something like that? And she would call the mall security and say, he's hitting on me. He's arrest him. You dirty. Why don't you just go somewhere else? You're 30. I'm only 20. She'd scream like, how dare you? How dare? She'd probably kick him in the crotch or something. Now reverse that, but keep it the same. Let's not reverse it. As a matter of fact, let's say there's a 80-year-old guy, and that's not all that old either these days. 80-year-old guy walking in the mall, and he's walking. He's not walking, energetically. He's 80. He's taking his time. He's being a little careful about the tiles on the floor, all that kind of stuff. Doesn't want to fall down. And by the way, when you turn 80. Your only concern in life is not falling down. That's all. I'm good. I haven't fallen down. That's all I care about. And I get it. I'm starting to understand that. Believe I'm starting to understand that. So, 80-year-old guy walking in the mall sees this beautiful, beautiful woman, 20, 30-year-old woman, and he stops and he says, I'm sorry. I know I'm older than you, but I got to tell you, you're a beautiful girl. Would you like to have a drink with me? And if things work out, kind of just see what happens. What do you think? Well, instead of this girl screaming like, you dirty old, how dare you, you scum of the earth, she looks at him and she says, oh, that's adorable. How you think I'm pretty, and I think you're very handsome too. But I'm not interested, but you are adorable. You have a nice day, okay? You have a nice day. What? Because he's harmless. That's why. He's harmless. But it's just amazing how that changes. When you get older, you have a certain license to do things. Hopefully to drive. But you have a certain license when you get older where you can get away with a lot more stuff. And it's not just because you're older and you can get a discount at a donut shop. I'm not talking about that. You can say things that are outlandishly wrong. Society would never accept what you just said if you were younger. But because of your age and your wisdom, okay, you said it. I take it in. You're adorable. Have a nice day. Are you being like just written off? Yeah, but you got to say what you really wanted to say. If you didn't like something, I mean, when you were younger, I can't say anything to these people. I would offend them, and I'd probably lose my job, and I wouldn't be able to get into the club, and I'd lose my friends. I can't say that. But when you turn like older as a senior, go on and say it. Who cares anymore? As a matter of fact, if I lose those people, all the better. There's a certain freedom to being older. Now you don't have to watch what you say. You don't have to kind of watch what you do, except for don't fall down. But it's interesting. It's a license. It's a license is what it is. It's what the heck. All right. I don't know your opinion on this age difference thing. I personally really don't care. I don't care about things like that. It's different. If this person is a real predator and does harm to somebody, or psychological harm or abuse, that's totally different. But just the fact that an older person is interested in sex and a younger person, we don't know why. What do I care? It's not in my face. Yeah, okay. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to watch it. I don't have to see it. I've read about it. It's on the social media. So, it's a good what if game, and isn't that weird game? But in the long run, I don't care. I don't care which bathroom you use. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who's standing next to me at the next stall for like 30 seconds to a minute. I don't care if it's a male or a female. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what your sexual persuasion is. That's your thing. I don't have to do it. So I don't care. I don't care. Go have your own life. Enjoy. Look, this is a one-time deal. Go enjoy it. Do what? If you're older and you're sexually motivated, go for it, man. Go for it. Go for it. Why not? Why not? I get it. I understand, and you'd probably do too. But it's wrong. But it's life. It's the human body. That's the way these people are built. Women are built like that. Men are built like that. It's like a Lego thing. I mean, that's the way it is. Stop fighting it. Unless it has to do with you. Sometimes when this happens within your family, that's consequential. Or it happens with a workmate, or that's consequential. I mean, those things affect you. Things in your neighborhood, maybe so. Okay, fine. But otherwise, all this stuff with celebrities and people who live in Brazil or Fort Lee, New Jersey. I mean, what do I care? How does that affect me? How does that? I can't care about everything. I've got to choose my cares. All right. I have no idea through this whole show which camera I'm supposed to look at. I think it was this one. Yeah, he told me it was that one, but I didn't pay attention. Okay, kids, I'm out of time for today. I'll be back again next week if you invite me into your home. This is odd because when you do a television thing, no matter on what level or where it is, people are watching your show in their homes, in their living rooms, sometimes even in their bedrooms. Ew. But I don't care. So actually, you've invited me into your home. Ooh, not a good idea. Not bad choice on your part. Okay, we're out of time. I've got to go out and earn some money so I can pay my property taxes. Yeah, it's a problem. So until next time.